Hey everybody, due to popular demand, today we're going to install the B16 onto a Telecaster. Okay, here we've got the tools that we need to install the B16 onto our Telecaster. We've got our electric drill and drill bits. We've got a 5/64 inch, 3/32, 1/8 inch, and 3/8 inch. We've got our tape measure and ruler, which we're going to use to find the center point of the guitar in order to align the tailpiece. We've got our flat blade and Phillips head screwdrivers, masking tape and pencil, which we'll use to mark the holes before drilling, and we've got our strings. Alright, to start, what you want to do is you want to take off the existing bridge and remove the pickup from that bridge. So as you can see here, we just have the pickup that's floating in the cavity and the ground. So the next step is to take the neck off and insert the neck shim. And as you can see, the neck shims come undrilled, so you can drill them out for your specific size. And what I've done is I drilled this one out using the 3/8 inch drill bit. These are the original neck shims from the 1950s match plate, and these are cast at the same time as the tailpiece. So they're made of the same aluminum, they're the right size. They raise the neck 3/16 of an inch and then pitch it away at the proper pitch to work with the floating bridge. So that'll be our next step. Okay, after you've got the neck off, the next step is simply to insert the shim into the neck pocket. The thick part goes towards the body, the thin part is going to go out towards the neck. Just insert it in. We're going to do the final tightening by hand. Alright, and there's the neck attached. Next step is going to be to get the body ready for drilling. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the tailpiece on just in an approximate placement so that we can mark with the tape. And now we'll get it aligned. Okay, to align the tailpiece, I'm going to start by actually finding the center point on the tailpiece. And you can do this from wherever you choose, just make sure that you stick with your point. In this case, I'm going to be at 1 inch and 9/16. So I'm going to mark that on the tailpiece. Then I'm going to move over to the guitar, and I'm going to find the center point on the guitar. Okay, so we're just going to mark that 6 5/16. And now we will line these up. Okay, once you get them lined up, you can mark the other holes for drilling. And the next step is to drill. Okay, in preparation for drilling, I've marked the 5/64 drill bit with a piece of masking tape that I'm using as a depth stop. And I'm going to start by drilling the back 2 holes. to take care to clean out the bit before starting a new hole. Just makes it a little bit cleaner. Alright, now we're going to change bits and go up to the top front. Alright, the drilling is complete. Okay, the next step is going to be to mount the pickup into the tailpiece. And what I've done here is I've drilled out the tailpiece with the 1/8 inch drill bit to accommodate the screws for mounting the pickup. They do come undrilled, and generally for a tele pickup you're going to use an 1/8 inch, but just check the size of the screw before you drill the holes. So we're just going to insert each screw and put the piece of tubing on. Okay, we're going to come over to the guitar and very gently pull the pickup from behind, making sure not to pull too hard so you disconnect any of the wires. At this point we're just attaching it, we're not being too concerned about getting the pickup height correct. Before we put the strings on, we're going to adjust both pickup heights. And after you've got the pickup in place, then we're going to screw down the tailpiece. Alright, and using the larger screws, we're going to do the front ones first. And then we're going to move on to the back ones, which are these smaller screws. Okay, the next step is going to be to place the bridge, and as mentioned at the beginning, we have the stock bridge that came with the tailpiece, and this was intended for a wound third string, which was very popular in the 1950s, but many of today's players want a plain third string. And so what we're going to do is we're going to swap this saddle for this other saddle. This is our new saddle, which is compensated for the plain G string, as you can see here. And so when you place the bridge, one thing to be mindful of is you do have the ground wire coming up from the control cavity. And depending on how long it is and what you prefer, you can either have it make contact with the bottom of the bridge when you place it, or as you can see here, what I did is I placed it underneath the tailpiece so that it's making contact there. You just want to make sure that it's making contact with something metal so that it is grounded. So after you get the bridge placed, next step is going to be to adjust the heights of the pickups, and then we're going to put strings on. Okay, the next step is going to be to adjust the height of the neck pickup, and so what I've done is remove the pick guard, and now I'm just going to loosen these screws to raise the pickup up as high as it will go. Okay, after we've got the neck pickup adjusted to its highest position, the next step is to put the washer and the spring into the vibrato. So we're going to put the washer in first, followed by the tension spring, put the arm down, and now we're going to restring the guitar. And because the bridge is floating, it may move around a little bit while you're restringing. No big deal. By the time you get to the end, you'll be able to put it in place easily. Alright, as you can see, we've got the guitar strung up and we're ready to go. Thanks for watching the installation process of a B16 on a Telecaster. If you have questions, leave a comment below or check out www.bigsby.com. Thank you.